Hey everyone, I'm just going to give a couple people a second. Again, this is Brian from Black Health and Wealth. I just wanted to do a quick Facebook Live. A lot of people on the ad was just trying to question whether or not we're owned by a black business. So we are a black-owned business. We're trying to question whether or not we're fake business. No, we're real. Just launching a lot of the content. So you'll see more as we go. So as the coming weeks, or as the weeks come, we'll have more content for you. Actually, we're starting to record podcasts as well. So the podcast will be launching early April. So definitely stay tuned for more content. We're definitely going to have more content for you on the site. Already had some awesome interviews with black professionals. And I'm thinking the name is going to be Black Excellence for the podcast. I already have some amazing podcasts recorded with folks. But I just wanted to put together this video. I was going to wait a little while and then email it out to everyone. But what I'll do is I'll email folks after this live video as well, so that they can see the replay. I know some folks may be at work or getting ready for the weekend. But I just wanted to create this video because I was getting a lot of emails for people who subscribe to the email. So I asked, when you subscribe, I ask you to just tell me a little bit about yourself. And, I read those emails. And so I'm getting a lot of emails from people who have businesses who are looking to expand or grow. Also getting a lot of emails from people who want to start businesses. And so when I was looking at when I was looking at some of these businesses, because I'll ask them what the business name is, where they are, I definitely go out and look at it. I go and look at their profile. And so my background is in digital advertising and sort of specialize that, especially when it comes to advertising, but also know about search engine optimization. And so I just wanted to give some tips to people because, honestly, to improve our community, a lot of what we need to do is going to start at the local level. A lot of it starts with entrepreneurship and owning our own businesses. And so I just wanted to give some just some information to people. I know a lot of local business owners, they don't know this stuff, and a lot of them probably don't feel that they have time to learn as much as they should about the online business because they're busy servicing their customers, perfecting their craft, trying to improve their business. But this is important. So either you need to do this, or you need to learn how to do this via a course, or you need to hire someone to do this. There's really no question about it. And the reason is there's studies that show that 4 out of 5 consumers conduct searches online, whether it's on their computer or a lot of times on their mobile device online, before making a decision on the local business. And then 68% of the people who search, they click the top 5 search results that come up in Google. And additionally, 90% of customers say that buying decisions are influenced by online research and online reviews. And so the biggest impact, the biggest entity that you need to be worrying about as a business is going to be Google, because that's where a lot of people will search initially on Google to find someone. Well, they also search in directories too, but Google is going to be a big impact. And so I would say at the basis you need to have a website. So there are some people that I talk to that actually don't even have a website, or if they have a website, maybe it hasn't been updated in 5 to 10 years. You shouldn't have, your website shouldn't go, I would say, maybe more than 5 years without being updated. And so I'll talk about some of the things that you need. So on your website, you definitely want to have your name, address, and phone number on the site. So obviously a lot of people are going to have that, but the key to that is actually having that information coded. To include schema markup. So the schema markup is just a way of telling Google what you're about. It's a way of telling it that this website is for actual local business. And so Google's going to take that and include it in their results. So most businesses, they're going to have that, the address, the name and phone number on there already, but you need to have it coded in a certain way. It's called schema markup. so that Google can actually understand that this website is for a local business. So make sure that you do that. And then also a huge thing on the website, you want to have a call to action. The biggest thing that you're doing for your website is not just for information purposes, but it's more so to get business. You want somebody to click through to either fill out a form, or in most cases for local business, you want them to call. Most people, even though people search online, most people are going to call. You want them to call. So a common thing is to have it in the top right corner. Just have it in big. You have your number in big, and in the color that will stand out, whether it's red or whatever it might be. Have it in big text. Have that call to action, that number on top, and you probably want to have it on the bottom too. And depending how long, let's say your home page is, you might want to have it in the middle of text too, but definitely on the top and bottom. You definitely want to have your address on every page. You can put that in the footer as well, and if you want to put it on the top and the header, do that. But the main thing is call to action. So I think a lot of people get mixed up. They want to have, they think more so design or the look. So look at the website is good, but that's just the icing on the cake. You want to make sure that you're making it very visible and easy for people to actually call your business or get in contact with you. Whether it's basically call. Most in local businesses is going to be a call. For other businesses, it might be other things. So like say for example the Black Health and Wealth site, I'm mainly going for email. Not a local business. I'm mainly trying to get the emails, and then I'll use email as a tool to keep in touch with folks in addition to other avenues. But for local businesses, most times it's going to be a call, but you can also include, a way for someone to email or a way for someone to submit a form. So, with that being said, you get the website. The other thing you need with the website, a key thing is keywords, and that, actually keywords is going to be the basis of the foundation for everything. So your website, for other pages off of your site, and also for your social media, keywords. And so I'll talk about keyword research after that. So you need keywords in your title. So an example for local, the local common keywords is going to be whatever your product or services, whatever people are searching for you. So let's say if you're an electrician, let's say electricians is going to be your keyword, and then near me, or it's going to be a keyword and your city, state. So you need to make sure that you have your city and your state in text throughout the site. So you have a keyword and city, state in the text throughout the site. You need to have in your title. So the title of your pages make a huge impact. So an example would be, so I was talking to someone who's her and her husband have an electrician company. So I went and searched on Google and just for keywords. So one simple one is electricians near me. That was one that was searched often, and that's key because that's letting you know that someone is looking to do business with an electrician near them. They need that service. They're probably ready to make money. Another one is going to be electrician in my city and state. So if you're New York, electrician, New York. That is how people search, but you also need to have that in your title. So let's say your business name is, let's say it's Smith's Electrical Company. You'll want to have electrician. Let's say just if, for example, electrician might be the keyword. You want to have electrician, and you'll want to have the city and state in your title. You'll want to have that included in your homepage, and also throughout the pages on your site and the content several times. You need the keywords throughout the content several times. And in certain cases, you might have different keywords for different pages. Right now, I want to simplify it. So you'll have your main keyword, have that throughout, and your city and state, have that throughout. You want to have it in the title. You want to have it in the very first paragraph, so the first few sentences of that particular page, and then you want to have it sprinkled throughout as well. Those keywords, they make a huge difference. The other thing is that, images also. So if you have images, so that's another way to tell Google about where you are. So Google can't see the actual image. Their technology can't see the image themselves, but they can read certain things. So actually the file name is important. So when you upload an image to your site, don't put it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and AAA .jpeg or .png actually include keywords. You can include your business as well as keywords in the file name when you upload that. And then the alt text is something, it's called ALT text, is another thing that that's another thing that will tell the search engines what your website is about. So, and definitely include that. That's key. A big part is making sure your website is mobile friendly, so that it makes sense, so that it works on a mobile device. Mobile is pretty much going to be, it's pretty much the top traffic driver right now. Most people are accessing most web pages on mobile devices now. So you have to be mobile optimized, one from a user experience perspective, and then also because Google tests that and they try to see. Another huge thing is the site speed too. Google looks at the speed of your site as well. So if you have large images, they need to be compressed into smaller files. Another huge thing, reviews and testimonials. The social proof. That's huge. Reviews and testimonials on your site. That's going to let someone know that you're trustworthy, that other people have tried you, that you're someone that they should do business with. So definitely include reviews and testimonials. And so that's going to be key on your website and other ones. So we talked about your website, but then outside of your website, the biggest factor for online is going to be Google's service called Google My Business. So Google My Business is what controls what you see on the right side of the search engine. So let's say someone types in restaurants, let's say restaurants in New York. Google will give a list, the regular list of businesses, but then they also have local businesses, and to the right they may actually show a local business with their info, along with a map. Google My Business is how you control that, and so you want to optimize that too. That's free to do, and you also want to make sure you're verified. That's the key thing. Make sure you're verified. In order to get verified, you just go to Google My Business, Google My Business, and sign up. And then you'll enter in your address, street address, and your street address, phone number, and the name of your business needs to be consistent on Google My Business as well as your website as well as social media. But anyways, enter in all of that information, and then Google will want to verify your business. And what they do to verify local businesses is, in most cases, they just send you a postcard. And there might be other phone verification methods too, but in most cases they'll send you a postcard, and then you just have to take the unique code that they give you on the postcard and enter that into your account online, and that will verify you. That's the key thing that you want to do with Google My Business. Next, with the name and the description, make sure you include keywords in your description and your if you can, your name, as long as it makes sense. Don't go crazy with keywords in your name. Make sure you include that in your Google My Business profile as well. Also, sign up for Google Plus as well, which is sort of linked to Google My Business. Google Plus is Google's social media platform. A lot of us don't use it. I don't use it on a personal basis, but from a business perspective, you need to at least put your profile up. Just put a profile up and upload some pictures and videos. Well, if you have video, try to upload video, but upload pictures too of your business. You could upload your logo. If you have pictures of the location, upload that, and you can upload pictures of the staff as well. So make sure you upload that to Google My Business. That's key. The next thing outside of Google My Business is going to be directories. So for local businesses, you'll want to have an account or a presence on Yelp. There's also other business directories like Manta and business.com, but for local businesses, the other directories it's gonna depend on what type of industry you're in. So let's say for contractors, Angie's List, Home Advisor, Thumbtack, those types of things are going to be directories that you'll want to be on. Doctors or other things like that, it might be Health Grades and all other sorts of sites that make sense. Lawyers, I think it's called Avo, and there's other profiles. So all you would do is just type whatever you are and then directory, and that should bring up some stuff. So maybe like lawyer directories and find directories. Those are key too. You have a lot of ones that are free to at least just enter in white pages if you can get white pages as well. So there's hundreds and tons of directories. Main thing is you want to make sure you at least put a profile, your profile up. You don't necessarily have to do the paid versions. At least for the other ones, do the free profile. Make sure your name, address, all that stuff is consistent on the profile. Again, if you can include keywords, do that. And then also, you want to have social media pages with your profiles too. Now you don't necessarily have to post on every social media page or do it consistently, but at the very least create those profiles. So let's say Google Plus, we talked about, you want to create a profile, a Facebook business page, create a YouTube page as well. So Google owns YouTube. That's the second largest search engine, YouTube, and Google and YouTube are the two largest search engines, both owned by Google. Create profiles on there, and maybe even create a Twitter profile. You don't necessarily have to tweet, but again, you're just creating your presence. So that when someone searches, definitely if someone searches your company name, you want to make sure you can control everything that shows up there. But secondarily, this will help you to rank for keywords that are related to you they're not necessarily your name, but they're how people are searching for services that you offer. So, one other factor with Google is they do look at likes and shares, followers to a certain degree, but that's on they're calling social signals, but that's on a smaller degree than to everything I was telling you. Another thing is link building. So outside of directories, building links from different blogs, or if you get press or whatever it might be, that's really a huge factor in improving your ranking score. That can be difficult, but it's well worth it. Another thing I didn't mention with the website content, if you can just provide content on an ongoing basis, and you can fuel that based off the keyword research. So there's a tool called Google Keyword Planner tool, where you can type in, let's say, something that's specific to your industry. Type that in, and then Google will give you suggestions on other keywords, and just look to see how people are searching for what you offer, or what questions that they have. It could even be something that, it may not be that they're searching electrician near me. It could be how to wire something, or how to do something. How to is a key thing that you can do. Create articles around, and you can display your knowledge to potential customers. But also, even more still, creating those keywords will help you to rank for people that are actually looking to buy, even for other keywords. Because a big thing with Google also is relevance. So they want to see content on your site that is also showing, that's also related to the type of industry that you're in, and that will help you rank. And so those are things that you can do. Now, again, like a lot of people might say, like, I don't know about this stuff. I don't have time to do it. If you don't, then you need to hire someone. If you aren't able to learn it, so there's a course. So like even me, like I have a marketing company where I provide a course. I'm launching a local course, and just for example, so you don't necessarily have to take that course to know what to do. Like, these are the things that you can do. The main thing is that people are like, okay, if I tell you what to do, but you may not know how to really execute it without seeing it. So you could take the course, or if you don't want to take the course, you can hire someone. Just hire someone that's, whether it's locally or someone that's done it before. But this is sort of like the things that you need to do. It's not even a question if you're trying to be a legitimate business. If you've already done all of this stuff, then that's great. But I'm seeing that there's a lot of people that haven't. And so it's worth you investing in that right now up front, because it's actually going to pay off down the line. And depending on how long you've had a website, it impacts how long it will take for this to have an effect on the traffic that you get, or the increase in visitors. So even if it does, you don't see an immediate impact over the next couple days or week, or even it could be months or a year. If you're building a business, a local business, you're not in this for 1 month. You're building a long-term business, and if you want to, if you want to win market share, if you want to grow, then this is sort of low-hanging fruit, because you do this, then you'll start to get free traffic. I haven't even talked about paid stuff too, which you should also be doing, paid advertising, one way or the other. but this is just going to increase your free traffic. And so I'm just going to sort of just summarize what I say. And this, again, I don't know if you can come back to this video or you can write this down, but I'm just going to reiterate this low-hanging fruit that you need to be doing. 1, get a website created if you don't have one. If you have one, optimize it with your keywords. Make sure you have the keywords in the title and in the content and in your images. Make sure that you have the city and state in the title, your content, keywords. And your images. Have, if you can't do it, have someone optimize the pages for you. Also, make sure you also create separate pages also. So you have your home page, create a page that's just for your keyword as well. A separate page just for your keyword with content on there. Then also create a page for your city as well. A separate page on your site that has the city. And I didn't mention this, you need the keywords in URL. So it'll have the city in the URL as well as the keywords in the content. Do those things. This is important. Another huge thing, create profiles on the directories. Google My Business. And then you can create directory specific or industry specific profiles on directories depending on your business. You got to do that. And Yelp is probably going to be a huge one for most industries as well. Make sure you're optimizing your Yelp profile. After that, optimize all the local directory profiles. After that, create social media pages. At the very least, have all of those pages. You don't have to be active on every single profile. You don't need to. People aren't looking for you to be a social media expert. They're not looking for that. But make sure you have a profile with your info on it, and if you can, post on it. And then after you do that, then you can start to do paid ads for, one of the first things you do from a paid ad perspective online is probably Google AdWords. Those are the ads that you see when someone searches. And the first, most relevant keyword that you target is going to be the keyword near me. So again, electricians near me, barbers near me, whatever it might be. That's going to be a keyword. And then, but make sure when you do it, when you're advertising, since you're a local business, make sure you only have your advertising campaign targeting your city. Don't have it targeting nationally. Make sure that it's only targeting your particular city. If you're in Houston, you don't need to be running ads to New York. You're a local business. So make sure you do that. And then also, if you can, maybe even create a LinkedIn profile too. And so those are just some of the tips I wanted to give. I just wanted to jump on here. I was gonna wait and probably do it at a later time because I know most people are probably at work right now, or they're probably available later on. But I didn't want to wait anymore. I was getting a lot of questions through email. And then, I was just getting a lot of questions for people who wanted to see that we're a real business and that we're black-owned. We're definitely here. I'm actually right here. I'm in currently at a black-owned restaurant right now in D.C., in Washington, D.C., as I record this live. And so, again, a lot of people are going to be seeing this, the replay of this. Make sure you share this, like this. If you have questions, comment. Make sure you comment and ask any questions, or you can send a message to the page. You can email if you have already subscribed to the email list. I send you an email, and so you're able to reply to that email, so you can reply right back to me. Make sure you share this information and get it out to the people that need this, because from what I'm seeing, there's a lot of people that need this information. They're not doing this stuff. And to be honest, this is just the basics. What I'm telling you is the basics. Now, to do all this stuff, it requires all it requires is time. But this is the basics. You gotta have that as a basic. And then, depending on what industry that you're in, you're gonna have to do a lot more to compete. Say lawyers, for example. That's a very competitive field when it comes to advertising. But off the research that I've been doing lately, and in a lot of markets, it's not impossible to conquer. I mean, a lot of lawyers focus on TV ads. They focus on TV and radio. And so again, online is low-hanging fruit. Those are people who are searching. If you can optimize your website properly for your business, then you'll get access to people for free who are interested in your particular product offering or your service. And so with that, I just wanted to make a quick video. If you have any other questions, let me know. If anyone's interested in the course, also let me know. But again, that's what you need to be doing. That's the sort of the bare minimum. If you have any questions, let me know. I also want to say the podcast is coming soon. We recorded some great interviews with folks already, and we got some more lined up. I'm going to be doing some more this weekend. And so with that being said, I'll talk to everyone soon.